Father of the Bride stars Steve Martin as George Banks. With his oldest daughter's wedding approaching, he finds himself reluctant to let go. Welcome back to my Father of the Bride review series. Directed by Charles Shyer, who co-wrote the screenplay with Nancy Meyers, this 1991 remake follows just about the same structure as the original 1950 movie. Now, I don't know if all these were included in the novel the original was based off of, but like the first movie, Steve Martin narrates this, breaking the fourth wall in the opening sequence as we see him in the aftermath of the wedding, and some of the trials he encounters along the way are very similar to the original, most notably trying to keep the wedding cheap to no avail. Though by no means does this film feel lifeless in its retelling of the original story, and it finds ways to update it and give it some modern touches. For one thing, I'd argue that the 1950 film was a little more easygoing, even when exploring Spencer Tracy's Stanley trying to keep his cool throughout the film. Here, George Banks, while never teetering into unlikable territory, almost never hides his frustrations with the rest of the family, and tends to be a little more open when he tries putting his foot down against something he doesn't like. Usually when it comes to expensive decisions, though he gets shot down all the same. And this leads to the addition of scenes not seen in the original, like him getting into an argument at the supermarket, him sneaking around his future in-law's house, and a few more comical argument scenes among the family, primarily with his wife Nina, played by Diane Keaton, and his daughter Annie, played by Kimberly Williams. This definitely feels slightly more on the cartoonish side than the first movie did, especially during one unbelievable moment involving having to park a bunch of cars. And while some moments definitely tried a bit too hard, I'd say this is still a very good time, especially due to the comedic timing of the always great Steve Martin, who just excels in the role here. He provides a nice mix of fun whenever we see George starting to lose his cool, along with heartwarming, as we do see he's someone who genuinely cares for his family, and he generally goes about things with the best intentions, even if he doesn't always have the easiest time expressing it. And what's nice about the heartwarming moments are, I feel the screenplay and direction for this did a little bit of a better job than the original, expressing some of the more sentimental material. Even though similar to the original, there's still a lot of narration by Martin, here it leans in at times to more visual and sound cues to get its point across regarding the family's relationship, which I think were really effective, such as when George thinks back on his memories of Annie growing up, or a simple bonding moment where the two play basketball. And the rest of the cast is solid all around, with Diane Keaton doing a nice job playing off Martin, as Nina tries bringing George down to earth as much as she can. Williams was also great, and you really do feel the connection between her and Martin that makes the emotional impact land nicely, as George has to reconcile with letting go. And George Newbern as the fiancé Brian, and Kieran Culkin as George's son Matty were also solid additions. Though I also can't talk about this movie without mentioning Martin Short as Frank the wedding coordinator, who speaks in a very over-the-top manner to the point you can't understand him. Along with Steve Martin, he's easily the other big standout in this cast, as he'll swoop right in each time and just take command of each scene, usually providing some of the biggest laughs throughout the movie with his exaggerated delivery. So this was a really solid cast all around, and in the end, it makes Father of the Bride a remake that felt like it had its own voice, even if it utilizes a lot of the same structure as the original. It might feel a little more cartoonish than the very grounded original, and maybe that doesn't always work, but still it finds a nice balance of having a sense of heart while also being very funny, especially thanks to the great timing by Steve Martin and Martin Short. I had a nice time with this, and if you haven't seen it yet, definitely check it out. Father of the Bride gets a 7.5 out of 10. So stay tuned, as up next will be my review of the sequel, Father of the Bride Part 2. But in the meantime, let me know, did you see Father of the Bride, or are you planning to see it, and what were your thoughts? Did you like this more than the original? Less than the original? Let me know in the comments below so we can discuss. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and share it. And for more movie reviews and film discussion, please make sure to hit that subscribe button to stay updated. Thanks for watching, everyone, and keep having fun with film.